Hello again and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of topics to cover as we got some wild takes from Benzino that's got social media users rolling on the floor laughing based on what he had to say about how Eminem and 50 Cent have affected his music career. And we'll expand on this in a moment as Benzino looks to be hell-bent on pretty much begging 50 Cent for help at this point in his own way, as you'd see in a moment. And today we also got more links to Ice Cube clashing with a fan over quote ageism in hip-hop music, and we'll end it with the latest on Tyler the Creator's cancellation bandwagon. That's been going at full speed over the last few days, and right now we're at a point where users are uncovering tweets linked to other big names in the music industry. That's pretty much adding insult to injury. More on this later. And starting with Benzino, over the last few years, he's been requesting to do a celebrity boxing match versus 50 Cent. I mean, we got multiple videos like this one from as far back as 2022.
We're here with Benzino, the one and only. He's the real legend, and we're excited. Just got off the phone with my man, Bitcoin Rodney, and Bitcoin Rodney told me to come over here to sign.
Shout out to Bitcoin Rodney, what up?
It's 50. You're talking all this stuff.
Yeah.
Benzino wants to step in the ring.
Let's throw those right there, you know what I'm saying? Listen, man, you want to be a man about things, man, step in the ring, because that's where men settle their differences. Fuck all that internet shit. Step in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Mano y mano. Alright?
Right here, the contract's gonna be signed.
Let's go.
There it is. Professional celebrity boxing, Bitcoin Rodney, and
What we doing? What we doing?
Benzino's ready, 50.
What we doing?
He has signed.
What we doing? Huh?
Let's go, 50.
Yeah. The
Step
Z-Ster.
up.
Let's go.
June 11th.
Let's
South
go.
Florida.
Let's go.
And Benzino recently decided to confirm what we all knew all along. Check out a snippet from Cam Capone News.
You ended up challenging him to a celebrity boxing match, right? What do you say to the people that believe that he has a history of being a Golden Gloves and was considered for the Junior Olympics?
I mean, listen, man, 3-round celebrity boxing. Look, from my understanding, there was an offer on the table to give me $1 million and him $2.5 million to fight.
Now, before we continue, even in 2025, he's been going off about that boxing match against 50 Cent.
We can get in the ring and I'll beat your ass, Curtis. Yeah, me and you could get in the ring for that money. 3 rounds. I'll whoop you. You big and sloppy and too stiff. And I don't believe all that Golden Glove shit. All right, we gonna put that to the side. Mayweather, holla at me. Believe me. So I don't give a fuck about no internet. I'm solid. 50 cents your pussy.
Like, you think I'm not fighting? I'm gonna fight anybody for $1 million for 3 rounds in 90 seconds. I need the $1 million. I'm not, you know what I mean? Get on here and be acting like, yeah. Like, you think I'm not gonna go in there for, yeah, I need to take care of my kids and family and everything. You think I wouldn't do that for my kids and me and my life? Yeah, why not? I mean, if 50 offered you $1 million to fight him, would you fight him?
Absolutely. And I know I get my ass kicked, but I definitely
It doesn't, as I'm saying, look, listen, as long as you get in the ring and fight, you know what I'm saying? Win, lose, or draw, you coming out with $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So what, you know, I'm not saying that I'm gonna knock him out. I'm doing it for the money.
And I'll beat your ass, Curtis.
I'm 60 years old, man. I'm not like, I don't want to be a boxer, but if I'm gonna box, I mean, I can get a couple of million off it. You think I'm not gonna do it, especially for 3 rounds?
Pretty much begging for a handout at this point without being straightforward about it. But things got even more interesting and delusional as we got Benzino out here refusing to take accountability for the quality of music he's put out, as somehow he's got it in his head that Eminem and 50 Cent are to blame.
Eminem signed him, that's his money, so you gotta stick by. I get it? This wasn't life or death, this was hip-hop battling. You know, 50 did a whole how to rob the industry and talked about everybody. This wasn't, I didn't look at this as beef. I didn't look at this as like my life was ever in danger with any of them. I just didn't. And I don't think they did either with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of this shit is just talk, man. You know, really, honestly, I just think, like, if he didn't sign with M, me and Fifth would be cool, 100%. You know, because you know what I'm saying? You know, me and Ja got cool. Like, I'm cool to a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like me, like my style, like we never had a problem with not liking us, man. Like, I'm loved all around this world, man. All through these hoods, loved. I'm all for a squash. If Eminem called and wants to sit down, I'm with it. If 50 wants to, I'm with anything that's gonna progress, because this is foolishness. I'm not gonna back down. I'm sure you're not gonna let nobody bully me or clown me without saying that's just who I am. I got some bangers that stood the test of time, and that's just facts. You know, the Eminem thing has always put a black cloud over my music because people will use the internet to run to it. To like, see, this is how the Eminem and even like that fat Merkelos in Canada, their strategy is grab the narrative of if they like it or not through the internet and flood the internet. So if I put out a song and then they're flooding my shit with, hey, it sucks, then everybody that goes to the song, look, the comments are gonna think that. That's a strategy that these motherfuckers use with bots and all that. The fat kid from Canada does it and Eminem does it. And I'm starting to think Fifth does it too. They use bots to their advantage. A lot of people do, believe me.
Now, before we get to the roasting session that this has sparked, if you recall, just a few days ago, he posted a snippet of his music after D'Angelo passed, and he used the moment to claim that he too was influenced by D'Angelo. And like we covered, even self-proclaimed racists were out here calling for Eminem to make it stop. Like, this roasting session went viral across social media platforms, but we got Benzino out here thinking it was bots responsible for the reception he gets whenever he threatens to drop new music and follows through with the threat. And this is going as you'd expect for the most part on social media, as while on one end some are asking, Eminem and 50 are Jewish. Honestly, the only time anyone cares about Benzino is when he mentions Eminem, so gotta do what he gotta do. And you have no idea what Eminem did for Benzino after he mentioned him on Doomsday Part 2, but we are yet to see Benzino publicly thank Eminem for throwing him a bone, as he was able to go on interviews for months, and he was reportedly making some money off these interviews, and the exchange was that they'll talk about Eminem to go viral, and we even got an audio that was leaked by the Kid L podcast that exposed this back then.
Give me 1,000, Kid L, and I'm up in that bitch, man. Look, I'm in that motherfucker, and we got 2 hours, and we gonna talk about everything. We gonna talk about Eminem.
And on this note, a user expanded, I hope Eminem takes the high road and stop giving these whiny clowns a payday, keep his head up and doing his own thing. People use his anger and hostility to profit. I wish he'd recognize that. F those people, let them starve. And as far as I know, some people in Eminem's camp didn't want him to mention Benzino on Doomsday Part 2 because of this. But hey, he's known as a charitable guy, and this reaction got me rolling for real. Benzino probably imagines he'd be doing Drake numbers if not for his clearly unavoidable and unprovoked feud with Eminem. And just like we've seen when it comes to Tyler the Creator, who had way bigger fish to fry than to become a music reviewer whenever Eminem dropped new music, Benzino also got his hands full right now, but chooses to fantasize about how he'd be doing Drake numbers if not for Eminem and 50 using bots to put down his music. Check this out. Benzino shares he hasn't met Coi Leray's baby with Trippie Redd.
Come on, man.
And back on topic, some users have highlighted it is pretty ironic he complains of reviews against his music while he and his team were giving bad reviews on purpose when he was the chief of the Source. Gotta love karma. And more on how Benzino mismanaged the Source back then, which is ironic because he's accusing them of using bots to suppress his music. Meanwhile, this MFer was pumping his ish through his own publication where he could control its perception and still didn't blow up. And the tables got flipped on him, and he's been struggling with the taste of his own medicine. It's been over 2 decades and the aftertaste still lingers. Every latest interview proves that that's still the case. And I'll be looking forward to your thoughts in the comment section. Do you believe that Eminem and 50 Cent are responsible for derailing Benzino's Drake-like potential in music? And moving on, before we get to more dirt getting dug up on Tyler the Creator, we got Ice Cube out here responding to some detractors after this blew up on X. This is a prime example of why as a rapper, you gotta know when it's time to hang the mic, and this hit Ice Cube's radar, and he wasn't about to let it slide. I would never listen to you and hang up my mic. You've obviously lost your sense of humor. You need to go find it and stay out my business. And especially in the internet age, everything doesn't have to be for everyone. And now more than ever, people have a choice. But some people make it their mission when they don't like something, they have to poison the well for everyone else. And I found a take that's bound to raise eyebrows. I don't know, Cube. I F with you, but if Tyler is getting crucified for actually changing for the better, more like following trends, we gotta address you and Ice-T. You were a cold-hearted gangster, and Ice-T had a song called Cop Killer, but now you're making music videos like this and Ice-T playing a cop on TV, thinking emoji. Perhaps someone just realized that Ice-T wasn't actually out there killing cops in real life. Wow. And even quote, gangsters are humans and it is healthy to have a sense of humor. No one is Mr. Hardman 24/7, 365. But what are your thoughts? And moving on, social media users aren't done with Tyler the Creator since he liked a post about how his fan base hates black music that thousands of hip-hop fans found to be hypocritical since he's responsible for cultivating the said fan base he despises today. After his quote Dr. Umar rebrand in recent years, and the digging continues as while he's been active on X deleting old tweets that have fueled the cancellation this time around, something he never did in the past. This one has now resurfaced. Dude, at Diddy, thanks for being a successful black businessman, paving the way for dudes like me, stay out of trouble, love, and since he's been deleting tweets, this quote went viral, delete this one too, and telling Diddy to stay out of trouble has been interpreted as don't get caught, dude, he knew, and things got worse. The digging continued. R. Kelly on a freaking child and got away with it. That's the most swagged out ish I've ever heard in my life. And this quote blew up, dude, what the F? And this time around, thousands of people believe he deserves the lashings. Tyler the Creator been getting whacked for 3 days now, and I'm not even gonna defend his bum because it is deserved. Then you deleting tweets but not saying ish, interesting. And this video of Monique roasting Charlemagne for being a sellout followed to rub it in. And I've seen some crazy conclusions on Tyler. Dude seriously didn't like being black until Flower Boy. Oh, it was until the rebrand started? Interesting. And users have pulled up his tweets about R. Kelly on the threads like these, exposing Tyler the Creator's creepy history with harassing underage girls and boys, his targeting of child stars with threats of violence and glorification of DV and PDF philia. But this one about Rihanna got pop fans on his bum for real when he posted, Chris Brown is that dude. I can't get over how swag he is. He sucked her in the freaking mouth. And this quote went super viral because for many younger music fans, this is all news to them. How does it get worse with every tweet? And this led to more think pieces. As if being exposed for racism, anti-blackness, and a PDF wasn't enough, he's been mocking DV victims this whole time. I really hope whatever karma coming his way gets him good. Suffice to say, that rebrand that started at the latter part of the 2010s decade has fallen apart. And that will be all for today, and I'll be looking forward to your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.